Hi, how are you? This is Ahmad Aldemiri and I'm going to talk about the frequency of resistance and susceptible bacteria isolated from houseflies. This is my fourth presentation for this course. Author information. For the author, his name is Dr. Davari, Department of Medical Entomology and Parasitology, Faculty of Medicine, Kurdistan University of Medical Science, and I have his contact information like PO box and telephone and fax number. He is from Iran. Introduction. Housefly Musca domestica is a medically important insect worldwide. It has been implicated as vectors of various human pathogens, including Vibrio cholera, Enterobacteriaceae pathogens, Staphylococcus aureus, and Pseudomonas species. Fly can transmit diseases by direct contact with people or their food and direct matter. Fly can pick up pathogen microorganisms while crawling and feeding. Because of the increasing frequency of antibiotic resistance has been reported from all over the world in this article attempt was made to determine the frequency of resistance and susceptible bacteria isolated from houseflies in Sanandaj, west of Iran. Material and method. Housefly samples. Houseflies were captured by a sterile nylon net from Tawheed Hospital, Bisat Hospital, and the slaughterhouse of the city. The collected flies were transferred immediately to the entomology laboratory and identified according to their morphological characteristics. After identification, fly was placed in vial with physiological saline solution, which was shaken vigorously for 1 minute. The fly was then removed from the saline and was checked for bacterial contamination from the external surfaces of the fly. Bacterial count. Serial dilution of sample suspension were prepared in sterile saline. Each dilution was inoculated into 2 plates of plate counting agar and incubated overnight at 37 Celsius. Colony forming units were then counted so that the total numbers of bacteria recovered from the external surface of each fly could be estimated. The suspension was then serially diluted and inoculated to Makonki agar and blood agar. Plates were incubated for 24 hours at 36 or 37 Celsius. The resulting isolates were characterized morphologically and further identifications were carried out following the methods of Kahneman 1992. Antibiotic susceptibility. The antibiotics were used in this study are erythromycin, streptomycin, ampicillin, tetracycline, kanamycin, uh, chloramphenicol, cotrimoxazole, gentamicin, ciprofloxacin, nitrofuranation, ceftriaxone, and cefalixin. This is the kind of antibiotics. Now, antibiotic susceptibility testing was performed by Kirby Bear's disk diffusion method on Miller-Hinton agar based on recommendations of CLCI, formerly the National Committee for Clinical Laboratory Standards. Results from the 908 houseflies collected from the hospital and slaughterhouse at Sanan Daj 366, which is 40.3% bacteria species were isolated. The most common bacterium isolated from Mustica domestica at hospitals was Klebsiella pneumonia, 43.3%, number 90, followed by Pseudomonas aeruginosa, 37%, number which is 77, while that of slaughterhouse was Proteus mirabilis, 29.1%, number 46, followed by Citrobacteria fruendi, which is 28.4%, which is 45, the number. See table 1. This is the table 1. Details of bacteria isolated from housefly collected from hospital and slaughterhouse at Sanan Daj. This is kind of the type of bacteria, and this is the number and the percentage. In the hospital and for slaughterhouse, this is the number and the percentage. It was found that Klebsiella pneumonia showed 61% and 44.5% resistance to cefalixin and chloramphenicol respectively. All isolates from slaughterhouse with more than 28% and 30% resistance to cefalixin and chloramphenicol respectively. Surprisingly, among all the isolates, Citrobacter fruendi were highly resistant to gentamicin. Discussion. The external organs of Mustica domestica, legs, wings, and mouth parts, constituted a large source of bacteria. The results of this article indicates that Mustica domestica could play a great role as a mechanical carrier of bacteria. In this study, the isolated Klebsiella pneumonia, Proteus aeruginosa, Proteus mirabilis were medically important. These findings agree with the results of Vaziryanzadeh or Vaziryanzadeh 2008 in Ahvaz, which showed a presence E. coli, Proteus aeruginosa, and Klebsiella pneumonia at the housefly collected from slaughterhouse and zoo. The problem facing the developing countries is antimicrobial resistance, which is most evident. The resistance pattern of the Klebsiella pneumonia isolated in this study is similar to a study reported by Silamova 1992, which found multiple resistance to antibiotics in Klebsiella species from houseflies in hospitals environments. In addition, the resistance pattern of the Proteus aeruginosa from hospitals environment houseflies were frequently multiple resistant, with more than 32% of the isolates each being resistant to erythromycin, streptomycin, ampicillin, and cefalexin. 2009. Therefore, houseflies in this study indicate that it poses a possible health risk to communities, because it may increase the potential for human exposure to drug-resistant bacteria. And this is my reference, the one I used for this PowerPoint summary. This is the article reference I used. Thank you so much, and please ask me if you have any question. Thank you so much. Bye.